Today I am a magician, indeed a pharmaceutical magician. I'm offering you two pills, the red pill and also the famous blue pill. Which one would you like? The red pill will give you wealth, richness, millions of dollars, all the material things that you can imagine. And the blue pill, on the other side, will give you saint-like qualities, will make you prophet-like, and will give you innocence, will give you all the spiritualities that are in the world. Which one would you like? The red pill or the blue pill? And what if I would tell you that there is indeed another pill which is neither red nor blue, but is rather purple? It's a combination of both that can offer both qualities at the same time. Would you like that one? So that's what I'm gonna talk this time and share with you this time. Hello, my dear friend, and welcome back to the Mystic Millionaire channel, where I share my personal takeaways from the books that I read and I enjoy. This time I'm going to talk about this very book here. It's been written by Deepak Chopra, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And this is quite the opposite of what I was talking in the very previous video, which I was talking about 3 ancient lessons on how to navigate through tough times. This time, I'm leaning more toward the bright side, how to create the prosperity while maintaining your spiritual balance. So, to be very honest with you, I grew up and I raised in cultural and family setting that I intellectually did understand the value of wealth and wealth creation. However, I think mostly I was sort of brainwashed unconsciously. I think that there is a contradiction, there is an internal conflict between being wealthy and being spiritual. I want to talk about 3 lessons out of those 7 spiritual lessons that Deepak Chopra talks in his book. So the first lesson is the law of give and take. And this might sound very natural, but we really need to pay attention about the nuances and details. So recently, probably you have seen the blood moon. It was all over the places, the news. And the other day, I was driving in the car and I was literally mesmerized by the enchanting beauty of the blood moon. And I just stopped the car on the roadside and to basically bask in this magical beauty. Imagine the fact that it's indeed the earth that takes away the light from the sun going directly to the moon, but at the same time gives us this blurry magical red quality that we see on the moon. So it's the earth that is stepping there to take away the light and then also to give that magical glow that we all enjoy and celebrate and are mesmerized by. In real life, the law of give and take, it means that you need to give something in order to take something. And in many cases, if you can give away generously, you can get back tremendously, way more than what you have given. And believe me, I personally understand this intellectually, and I totally understand that it might not be always easy to practice what you say, but at least maybe you can start taking some baby steps. That's the mentality or mindset that I have. And whether it comes to relationships or building wealth or friendships, you Sometimes you need to be the first person who says the hello. You need to be the first person who makes a kind phone call, or just putting a smile on your face. Or you are the person who needs to put away the first $100 into a venture or an investment fund without knowing that whether it's gonna really return back or not. So that's the law of give and take. You need to give in order to take. The second law is the law of detachment. And so going back to the blood moon story, imagine that everything on this cosmic order happens very naturally. The moon and earth are circling without grinding, right? They are just spinning in a flawless flow and without even a small percentages of mistake, but again without any forceful grinding. And in life, and this, by the way, might be somewhat very contrary to the modern notion of grinding it, right? Or the idea of hard work. Sometimes in life, we need to set goals, whether it's again in our career or just losing weight. But also at the same time, we really need to be detached from the outcome. That's where the real magic happens. And even if we can see the psychological side of the story, we can understand that if we are so harshly and hardly clinging to the very outcome, we are usually not at our best, right? We do our best when we are in that flow zone, when we are not worried about the outcome. We are just enjoying the process more than the destiny. And that's usually where the best results come. The third one is called the law of least effort. I just remembered this very famous quote from Lao Tzu in his teachings that Tao does nothing yet accomplishes everything. And that's how nature works, right? You can see how magnificent of a tree can come out of a little tiny acorn, right? So that happens almost without any pushing, without any hard work or without any effort. And what that can be translated into our real life is that instead of maybe sometimes focusing on our weaknesses, it's better to lie on our strengths. And this, again, I know that might sound sort of contrary to what we have learned, and I would love to hear your thoughts if you think otherwise. But I believe that when we are leaning to our strengths, we are naturally basically reaping the seeds that have already been planted. But if we are trying to work on our weaknesses, we're just basically pushing in a field that it's not as fertile as the other one it is. So always try to lean into your strengths. That's where your talents are naturally aligned with your career goal or with your financial journey or your relationships. So again, instead of taking the blue pill and red pill, there is always a third option, the purple pill. Which one would you like? Thank you very much and see you in the next video.